In this video, I'm going to show you how to install Windows 10 on a virtual machine. Keep in mind other operating systems such as Linux could be installed in a very similar way. However, I will be using a Windows 10 ISO in order to set up the guest operating system. First off, you're going to need a Windows 10 ISO file. If you do not already have this, you're going to want to go to the Windows website and go to the Windows 10 download and install the media. The next thing that'll come up is this window. You want to create an installation media. We don't want to upgrade the PC, we want to make an ISO file. These are already going to be predetermined for you. The recommended settings are fine. The major thing right here is you want to create an ISO file. Put it somewhere that you're going to remember. I'm just going to put it on the desktop for now. This could take a while to complete as it is a full Windows 10 download. Once that's finished, the next thing we're going to need is a virtual machine emulator. To do that, head over to the VirtualBox website. Both downloads will be listed below, so don't worry if you don't have these exact URLs. And then select your host OS from the download list. I'm running on a Windows system, so I would choose the Windows host. Once that's finished and downloaded, the screen that will come up is this. Next, we want to install or say new and give the virtual machine a name. I'm going to call it virtual machine. You want to make sure that the type, since we're installing Windows 10, is Microsoft Windows, and then select your version. We're installing Windows 10 and install Windows 10 64-bit. Click Next. It's going to determine the RAM size. We're just going to go with the recommended settings. For the hard disk, you want to create a virtual hard disk. Virtual disk image, that's our ISO file. You want it to be dynamically allocated. All of these are just standard. This is where you're going to partition your hard drive. Give the virtual machine space. So I recommend just giving it 20 gigabytes if you don't need it for very much. You can determine this by how much you need. I'm just going to give it 20 gigabytes for now. The last step is to create the virtual optical drive in order to utilize the Windows 10 file. To do this, we want to click on Storage. Once you're in Storage, you want to go to the very bottom and add an optical drive. This is where we're going to find our ISO file that we made before. So I put it on the desktop. There's the Windows ISO file. Open and choose. Next, you're going to want to remove any SATA connections or SATA controllers before continuing. So we'll just click on this and we will remove. You can change around other settings in here depending on what you need from your virtual machine, but this is all that we need to first set it up. Click on OK, and now you can start. From here on, we're just going to have a standard Windows installation. So I'm just going to fast forward this. And there you have it. Once Windows is done installing, you're done. You now have a working version of a virtual machine running Windows 10. Hope you enjoyed, and this solves any issues you might have had.